An empire of millions fell in one afternoon without a real battle. High in the Andes Mountains, the Inca Empire once ruled one of the most advanced civilizations on Earth. This is the true story of how it rose and how it collapsed almost overnight. At its height in the early 1500s, the Inca Empire stretched across western South America from present-day Colombia to Chile. More than 10 million people lived under its rule. Without iron tools, wheels, or a written language, the Incas built vast cities, engineered mountain roads, and created stone structures so precise they still withstand earthquakes today. Their capital, Cusco, was the political and spiritual heart of the empire. The Incas were master organizers. A network of over 25,000 miles of roads connected mountains, deserts, and valleys. Along these routes, trained messengers called chasquis ran day and night, carrying messages using knotted cords known as quipus. Food was stored in massive warehouses, ensuring survival during droughts or war. At the center of this empire stood the Sapa Inca, the emperor, believed to be the living son of the sun god. His authority was absolute. Loyalty was enforced, but stability was maintained through order, religion, and tradition. For generations, the system worked. Then, disaster struck, before the Spanish even arrived. In 1527, a deadly enemy swept through the Andes, smallpox. It arrived from Europe through earlier contacts in Central America and spread faster than any army. The disease killed thousands, including the reigning emperor. With no clear successor, the empire plunged into civil war. Two brothers, Huáscar and Atahualpa, fought brutally for control. The war weakened the empire, divided its people, and drained its armies. After years of conflict, Atahualpa emerged victorious, but the victory came at a terrible cost. The Inca Empire was exhausted, fractured, and vulnerable. At that exact moment, strangers appeared on the horizon. In 1532, Spanish ships landed on the South American coast. Leading them was Francisco Pizarro, a conquistador with limited education but ruthless ambition. He had only 168 men. Against an empire of millions, the odds seemed impossible. But the Spanish had advantages the Incas had never seen: steel swords, armor, guns, cannons, and horses. To the Inca people, horses appeared as terrifying beasts fused with men. Firearms thundered like the voice of gods. Pizarro marched inland and invited Atahualpa to meet him in the town of Cajamarca. Confident after his Civil War victory, Atahualpa agreed. He arrived with thousands of attendants, unarmed, believing no threat existed. It was a fatal mistake. The Spanish hid soldiers around the plaza. A priest approached Atahualpa and offered him a Bible, demanding submission to the Spanish king and the Christian God. Atahualpa, unfamiliar with the book and insulted by the demand, rejected it. That moment was the signal. Cannons exploded, muskets fired, horses charged into the crowd. In minutes, chaos consumed the square. Thousands of unarmed Inca attendants were slaughtered. The Spanish suffered almost no losses. Atahualpa, the divine emperor, was seized alive. The capture of one man shattered an empire. In captivity, Atahualpa offered a ransom unlike anything Europe had ever seen: one room filled with gold and two with silver. Across the empire, temples were stripped, sacred objects melted, and treasures delivered. The ransom was paid in full, but the Spanish did not release him. Fearing rebellion and driven by greed, they accused Atahualpa of treason. In 1533, the last true Sapa Inca was executed. With his death, the spiritual core of the empire was destroyed. Spanish forces marched on Cusco. Resistance continued, but disease, internal betrayal, and superior weaponry made conquest inevitable. Within a few years, the greatest empire in South America had fallen. But this was not just a military defeat. It was a collision of worlds, ancient tradition against ruthless expansion, stone against steel, faith against gunpowder. The Inca did not fall because they were weak. They fell because history struck them at their most vulnerable moment. Today, the stones of Machu Picchu still stand. Inca roads are still walked. Their language, Quechua, is still spoken by millions. The empire fell, but its legacy endures. Because history is not just something we remember, it is something we inherit.